What's going on, guys? This is Rapid TCT 2025. I traveled out to Detroit, Michigan to see this event. I saw so much cool tech. I got so much insight into the industry, and today I'm showcasing everything I found interesting at the event.
All right, I'm at the airport now. We're going to Rapid TCT this year. I'm gonna have a lot of coverage to show you guys. Very excited. Didn't get to make it out here last year, but we're going this year, so stick around.
This year the event was held in beautiful Detroit, Michigan. Never been to Michigan, never been to Detroit. Of course, the event was downtown. They have lots of art, they have lots of good food. It was at Huntington Place. What a really good event center. But yeah, there was a lot to do downtown, and you're greeted with a wonderful sign as you walk in. Alright, so something we're a little more familiar with, the Bambu Lab booth. Of course, it's a beautiful booth, tons of people. They were showcasing the H2D, would you be surprised? But they had the AMS2, the HT, they had the laser attachment. And guys, they had cars, 3D printable cars, electronic kits. It was nuts. I know you guys have seen it on Kickstarter, but that is sweet. That's the Bambu Lab booth. Alright guys, so now we are at the Creality and the Piocreate booth. What you're seeing here is something printed on one of the Piocreate 3D printers. This was fully squishy, fully moldable material. I have no idea what it was, but look at this. The Piocreate IPX2. It literally has two K2 Plus screens built into it, and when you look inside of it, it's literally two printers. What is the purpose of this? No one knows, but honestly, it was kind of cool. So Piocreate was also showcasing the brand new X1. It has the AFU, which is, it weighs out your resin material and it automatically dispenses it. But the cool thing about this is that the actual Z-axis, that is what moves up and down. The build plate does not move. It is the actual resin vat lifts up and down. That's a shocker. And guys, I have one of these in the studio now. What we also have was they have the Space Pi 4. That's coming to the channel. They printed a whole bunch of cool little knickknacks, and of course you have the Falcon A1 Pro, which gets me very excited. It might actually be one of the first lasers that I would be interested in using on the channel. And then of course, tons of 3D scanners. They have the Raptor X or the Raptor Pro. They have their smaller ones, the Otter, but yeah. And here we are doing a showcase booth. I'm not really sure if that little spinny thing down there that he's spinning the part on is for sale, but honestly, that was pretty cool. So yeah, live demos, but absolutely beautiful booth. Guys, Creality sponsored me to come to Rapid this year, so please check them out in the description below. I absolutely love the Creality products, and yeah. Alright guys, now the Bondtech Index. This is going to be an absolute hit on the internet in the next 3 or 4 months. This is something that many people were interested in. You're swapping tools, but really you're only swapping the nozzle. No electronics, just the nozzle. This is absolutely insane. It's going to be a game changer. We have 5 tools on a Voron Zero. 5 tools. And get this, every single tool only costs $30 extra. That's the Bondtech Index. Now next is going to be the LDO booth, and this is one that I was really excited about. Right here you see a positron. This is the first time that I have ever seen a positron in person. Of course, over here now you've got some of their box turtles. Of course, you know, LDO, they make kits, right? They don't actually build these machines, but the box turtle is absolutely freaking incredible. It's essentially an open source AMS or CFS style machine, and there it is right now. It just looks like any other self-winding material system. Absolutely incredible. Of course, you have a Voron Zero here just printing away. Guys, the LDO booth was seriously cool. And oh, here we go. This is a box turtle with some poly dryers on top of it. Guys, the LDO booth was just incredible. Love to see them. So now we move on to something a little more consumer grade. We have the Revopoint booth. They're always at Rapid TCT. And at this event, they were showcasing the MetroX, but more specifically, they were showcasing the Trackit, which is some absolutely wild contraption. It's on Kickstarter right now. I highly recommend you check it out. But of course, they always have a live demo. Revopoint, always on point. Oh, iBoss. I absolutely love iBoss. They were showcasing one of their resin cleaners, and that thing on the right there, yep, that is a Bambu Lab AMS. That was showcased at the event. They took a real, legitimate Bambu Lab AMS and they converted it, and it now has 4 separate drying units. Guys, I was asked not to share too much about this, but it's coming. It's freaking cool. It's gonna be on the channel. Stick around. So obviously Elegoo is gonna be at the booth as well. They're showcasing some super large prints, most likely printed on Elegoo machines. And what do you guess? The Elegoo Centauri Carbon is there. Unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to play with the Centauri Carbon, but it looks pretty freaking cool. It's the first time I got up close and personal with it. Of course, they have the Orange Storm Giga, the absolutely massive machine. Tons of other 3D printed components. These are glued together. Just super cool, you know, showcases of what 3D printing can do in the consumer market. So yeah, Elegoo was there and they had lots of cool things. And look at these. These are 3D printed and painted, and they have the raw prints in the back and the printed ones in the front. Absolutely freaking nuts. And look at this. This is a lid design I have not seen on a resin machine. I absolutely have to get my hands on this because look at that 180-degree hinge. That is definitely what we need to see in today's market. So of course I have to showcase the Flashforge booth because I just had the 85X in the studio and I absolutely loved it. But the real reason why I wanted to showcase their booth is because they have their IFRS, which is their color changing module, on multiple different printers. That kind of leads me to believe they're gonna sell it as an individual unit to attach to pretty much anything. That would be pretty freaking cool. So what you're seeing here is the HeyGears booth, and if you haven't followed the channel very much, I am a huge fan of the HeyGears system. Specifically the Reflex system, which is the consumer model of their resin printing. Now, the reason why I like HeyGears so much is because they are the pinnacle peak performance of consumer grade 3D printing. You just saw those crystal clear prints. You see on the wall right now all of their machines. They are just perfect. Everything about the HeyGears system works flawlessly, and they were here to show it at Rapid.